Hello and welcome to my Potan X-Saber OTK. So how does this OTK work? White Potan says that whenever a tuner monster we control is destroyed by battle, we can inflict 500 damage to our opponent. This is not once per turn. And White Potan can't be destroyed by battle while we control a tuner monster. We are playing X-Saber Palomuro because this says that if a saber monster is destroyed by battle, we can pay 500 life points to special summon the X-Saber Palomuro from our graveyard, and it's a tuner monster. This effect also is not once per turn. Because Palomuro lets us lose 500 life points, and White Potan lets our opponent lose 500 life points, we need some way to not be losing life points. Because of this, we are playing Rainbow Life. Rainbow Life says that we can discard a card to gain life points whenever we would have taken damage. So we can use Palomuro, crash into an opponent's monster, and then special summon another Palomuro from our graveyard. We will gain life points equal to the battle damage we would have taken, then crash with another Palomuro, special summon this Palomuro from the graveyard, and we can do this infinitely. Whenever a Palomuro is destroyed by battle, we can use White Potan to burn our opponent for 500 life points. This way we can use the Palomuro effect 16 times and burn our opponent for 8000 damage total with the White Potans. And now the deck list. We are playing 3 Red Potan. This says that when a card is synchro summoned, we can special summon a Potan monster from our deck. We can most of the time use this effect twice. So we can special summon both the White Potan that we are playing at 2 and the Black Potan from our deck. White Potan says that if a tuner monster we control is destroyed by battle, we can inflict 500 damage to our opponent. And Black Potan says that if a tuner monster we control leaves the field, we can gain 800 life points. Sometimes when you don't have Rainbow Life, you can rely on the Black Potan, but it's not as good as Rainbow Life in any sense. Then we are playing the X-Saber Palomuro. We are maxing out on this because we really want to have one on field and one in the graveyard. You can have 2 in the graveyard as well because there's another saber monster that you can get on the field too. Then we are playing the Assault Mode engine. We are playing 3 Psy Blocker. This can, when it's normal or special summoned, add 1 Assault Mode Activate or 1 card that lists Assault Mode Activate from our deck to the hand. And it can reveal an Assault Mode Activate in our hand and can then special summon a monster from our graveyard that lists Assault Mode Activate in its text and modulate its level. So this is a really easy tool to synchro summon with. And you can use Emergency Teleport to special summon this from the deck. The card you will search with this most of the time is an Assault Beast. You can send this from your hand to the graveyard to search an Assault Mode Activate from your deck. For more consistency, we are playing a 2-off Jack in the hand. This can reveal 3 level 1 monsters with different names from our deck. Then our opponent can choose 1 to add to their hand, and then we can choose 1 of the other 2 monsters to add to our hand. To search our level 1 monsters, we are playing 3 Where Are Thou? This can just, if we control a level 1 monster, add 1 level 1 monster from our deck to the hand. And in the end phase, we take some burn damage if we didn't normal summon that monster. Then we are playing a 1-for-1 just to straight up summon a level 1 monster from our deck, but it needs the discard of 1 monster from our hand. 1 instant fusion, because this can summon a level 1 from our extra deck, and then our Where Are Thou is alive. And the level 1 it can summon from our extra deck is a great card. 1 Foolish Burial to just send a Palomuro from our deck to the graveyard. 3 Emergency Teleport, because this can special summon the Psy Blocker from our deck. 3 Time Tearing Morganite, because this gives us another summon and it's good in the grind game. The only card you want to activate in the hand is the Assault Beast. So as long as you can activate Assault Beast before the Morganite, you're completely fine. And this helps where you don't open either 1-for-1 or Emergency Teleport. Then you can still get a Red Potan and the Psy Blocker on the field. Then for more consistency, we are playing 3 of Upstart Goblin because our combo is an infinite loop anyway, and we could burn for 16,000, 20,000 damage as well. 1 into the Void because we can just set whatever card we have, and because we can't attack on our next turn anyway, we just wait until we draw a card and then we can activate the Rainbow Life again. So the OTK is always on turn 3 pretty much, so you don't care about the discard in the end phase. because we are always searching the assault mode activate, we are playing 2 trap Tantalizing Tune. This can send a normal trap from our hand to the graveyard to draw 2 cards. This really helps with consistency, but you kind of have to open the assault mode package before first, because otherwise you can't really activate this. But sometimes you can send a Rainbow Life to the graveyard as well to draw with this. Then a card destruction, because we don't really care about our discards. In fact, we want some cards in the graveyard, like the Palomuro, 1 Triple Tactics Talent, in case we get interrupted, and 1 Called by the Grave, because many people are playing Droll this format, and this deck really loses to Droll. For the traps, we are playing the 3 of Rainbow Life that I already mentioned. This just says discard a card until the end of this turn. Each time you would take damage, gain that amount of life points instead. You most of the time will survive turn 2 because the Palomuros can just special summon themselves over and over and over. If you get 8,000 life points and a White Potan on the field, plus a Palomuro on field and 1 in the graveyard, then you can survive, I think, 16 attacks. It's completely fine, as long as your opponent doesn't have any removal effects. And for the last card in the main, we are playing an Assault Mode Activate. We just need this to be revealed for the Assault Beast. And as I said earlier, we searched this during the combo anyway, so we can send this to the graveyard to draw 2 cards with a tune. Now the extra deck. In the extra deck, we are playing 1 Shooting Riser Dragon. If this is synchro summoned, you can send the Palomuro from your deck to the graveyard, and then you can decrease the level of the Riser by 1. It's a tuner as well, so you can synchro summon with this into Rampaging Smash Tank Rhino Saber. This is a Saber monster, so this can allow you to trigger your Palomuros in the graveyard, even if you don't have 1 on the field. It's really cool that this is a Saber monster, and it has a free discard, so you can discard any number of cards. This card gains for each discarded card 700 attack. This means that if you have 2 Palomuros in the hand and you don't have any way to get them to the graveyard, this is the way to get them to the graveyard. It being a Saber on the field is really, really cool as well. And because this is a 7 and this is a 6, and this decreases itself by 1, if you send the Palomuro, you can just make a 6 out of this, and then with any of your level 1 monsters, plus this, summon a Saber Rhino. For the fusions, we are playing a Millennium Ice. This is just a monster negate, and it's a level 1. This helps to play through Droll. It's a level 1, so it turns on Where Are Thou? It's a really, really cool card. For the links, we are playing a Relinquished Anima, fitting to the Millennium Ice. This can steal an opponent's monster. Then a Pit Knight early, a Geonator Transverser, a Nightmare Phoenix, as well as a Dagger. For the Xyz, we are playing a Kinkanashi Fako, because this is great to stall, an Assembled Nightingale, because this can help to make Zeus. Then one of the other great Lyralisk is Xyz, because this is actually good to build boards if you don't have the OTK combo. 1 Downard to gain an additional material on the Assembled Nightingale, 1 Zeus to then make with the Nightingale, and finally a Typhon. This was the extra deck. I can tell you, you don't need many of the cards in the extra deck, so you can cut the Typhon, you can cut the Zeus. It definitely helps, but pretty much the only cards you really need in the extra deck are these 3 cards, just for the sake of consistency. You can play this at 1 as well, but I like to play 2 in case one of them gets removed somehow. I hope you like this deck. I hope you give it a try, because it is very fun to play. I pulled off this FTK numerous times. It's not quite an FTK, it's an OTK on turn 3, but it's a really cool combo. If you have any decks you want to see in the next video, comment below. I am currently working on 2 other videos that people suggested, and if you want to suggest your video and want to see a deck profile about your favorite deck, then just comment below and I'll make a video ASAP. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. I hope you have a very nice day and stay safe. Goodbye.